The interview is being conducted in Marietta, Georgia by the Marietta Golden K Kiwanis Club. The interviewer is Jack W. Boone, a member of the club. The camera is an RCA Pro Edit. Jim, what was the date of your birth?
September 30th, 1925.
Where were you born?
Danville, Virginia.
Tell us something about your life before the military.
My mother and father moved to Phoenix City, Alabama when I was about 3 months old from Danville, Virginia. I attended school in Phoenix City, Alabama. Played baseball and basketball, and spent most of my time fishing and hunting and things that boys do. Had a good life. Like all of us, we had to work for our living. I learned to work at a young age, as most of us did.
What is your current address?
Marietta, Georgia.
Where did you go to school?
I went in Phoenix City until I finished high school. Of course, I went to the service immediately after high school. When I came back from the service in 1946, I went to the University of Alabama. When I moved to Georgia, I went part of the time to Emory, the University of Georgia, and Georgia State to receive an advanced degree in education.
Were you drafted?
No, sir. I volunteered.
Were you married at the time?
No, sir.
Are you presently retired?
I have retired from the school business. I have been involved in banking since 1983. I have enjoyed that and continue. This is the second bank we've started, and have enjoyed doing those kind of things.
What were the dates of your military service?
From September 1943 until December of 1946.
What was your serial number?
2730394.
What was the highest rank you attained while in the service?
Aircraft hydraulic specialist, second class.
What was your first assignment?
I was an asbestos suit man in a fire rescue crew in Pensacola, Florida.
Okay, from that point, describe your military service pretty much on what you did and where you went, things like that.
After induction from Birmingham, Alabama, I went to Pensacola, Florida, and as I said, served as an asbestos suit man. We were training pilots at that time at Softly Field in Pensacola. I was injured later in the year, 47. Stayed in the hospital 3 months, came out, and decided that I wanted to advance myself a little bit, so I went to school in Chicago. Came out an aircraft hydraulic specialist. Soon after, was made second class.
And then from hydraulic specialist, where'd you go from there?
I served in Pensacola again for about a year, and then was transferred to Quonset Point, Rhode Island, where I finished my service.
Okay, during the time that you were in the service, was there anything else that you did that was noteworthy that you remember particularly?
Rather routine. It was work every day, except I played baseball in Pensacola and had the joy of playing against Ted Williams. Of course, they won. And then I went to Pensacola, to Quonset Point. We played baseball there and traveled over that part of the world and enjoyed seeing that part of the country.
Mm-hmm. Okay, tell us something about your life after leaving the service.
Immediately after service, I went back home for my mother and father, and then when I got there in December, we enjoyed that month, and then went right on to University of Alabama, where I stayed, went year-round to college, received a master's degree in 1951, and started work in Tuscaloosa, Alabama as a high school teacher. Then I found out there was some money in Georgia, so I came to Georgia to teach at Marietta High School. I taught there 3 years and was made a principal at a couple of elementary schools. From there I went to another middle school, and then eventually to another middle school, and then went to high school to finish up at South Cobb High School in 1981, from which I retired.
And that's pretty much what you've been doing since, isn't it? Went into banking. Tell us about that.
Went into banking. When I retired from school business, there was a question about what I wanted to do, and I started selling cars, and I really wasn't a salesman, so we decided to do something else, and I got involved with some gentlemen in real estate, and from there into banking, and I was made chair of the board in '84, I believe it was, and have been chair of a board pretty well since that time.
Okay, is anything else you'd like to add to this tape that you can think of? You want to talk about your family?
Well, I was married in, better remember that, 1950. My wife and I married. She was a student at the University of Alabama. And we married in 1950. We have 3 children. One is a missionary, foreign missionary, Southern Baptist, at this time in Germany. Spent 22 years in Asia. I have a son who is a doctor in Birmingham, Alabama, and a daughter who is assistant to the chancellor of Colorado State College in Colorado.
And grandchildren?
3 grandchildren. One is working now in Washington in a government job. Just finished San Diego State, his master's degree. I have a granddaughter who is finishing Stanford University in Birmingham. And I have a grandson who is 17 now, and he's with his parents in Germany.
Okay, Jim, well, thank you very much for this interview, and thank you for your service to your country.
Thank you, sir. I enjoyed the whole time I was in